Hey party people! That was an interesting opener for this topic. So, a bit of a serious video this week, I guess. I don't really know why I'm making it. I don't know, it's kind of just something I want to talk about. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to what I'm going to say, so, well, that's nice, I guess. Now, I'm not going to go into my past anxiety stuff because I have spoken about it a lot on this channel. But for those of you that are new to my channel, or maybe you've just clicked on this video and you don't know who I am, in a nutshell, I used to have extremely severe anxiety, and I still have anxiety. So don't be fooled by the smiles and the confidence. It's just more manageable now, basically. Now, when I was going through my very severe period of anxiety, which was probably for about 2 years, I decided it was best to not drink alcohol, and I actually didn't touch a drop for a whole year. And I'll be totally honest about something that I think a lot of other people don't admit. I didn't really enjoy not drinking. Don't get me wrong, not drinking was something I had to do, like it was critical I didn't drink in that time, because mentally I could not take it. But we all know alcohol makes us feel better, and if you've had a shit day at work or whatever, just having that little sip of red wine is my kryptonite, by the way, it just kind of relaxes you, doesn't it, and makes you feel like everything is going to be okay, you know? So obviously I had a lot of shit days. In fact, every day was a shit day. So to not have that release of alcohol was extremely challenging. Also in that time I was trying a lot of antidepressants, and it's never advised to drink much, if at all, when taking antidepressants, so I decided to err on the side of caution and not drink at all. Just a quick side note, I'm not on antidepressants now. I came off them all because, well, it made me feel 100 times worse, and I didn't think it was possible to feel worse than I did. But I know they've helped a lot of other people, so don't think I'm against them. I'm not. If they work for you, amazing. They just did not work for me. I can vividly remember the day that I knew I shouldn't drink for a while. It was a Monday, it was about 4 p.m, I was in the flat alone, and I was just panicking to my core, everywhere, panicking, adrenaline, oh, so extremely anxious. And I knew I had an open bottle of red wine in the kitchen, and I thought to myself, if I just have a sip of that red wine, I'll feel a bit better for a bit. And you know when you're saying that to yourself, it's probably time to stop. I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. I didn't have a drinking problem. I never have. I've always been someone that doesn't really drink that much, and I always drunk the least out of all my friends. But I was very aware at that time that when I did have a sip of alcohol, all my problems magically disappeared. So I guess in that sense I did depend on it, but I wasn't addicted. I mean, maybe I was. It's confusing actually, because I didn't have a drinking problem, but obviously when I knew when I drank I felt better. I don't know. So anyway, I took a year off alcohol, and I feel like when a lot of people don't drink for a while, they're like, oh, I feel so great, I feel so refreshed, I've got so much energy. I mean, sure, I believe them, but I feel like for a lot of people, if we're honest with ourselves, the reality is drinking can be fun, and it does relax you, and it can be very enjoyable. Maybe I think that because of how I've grown up. At school, at uni, living in London, I'm surrounded by alcohol all the time, everywhere I look. A lot of people in London drink every night, and that's deemed very normal. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I had to not drink for a year, but I didn't really enjoy not drinking, is what I'm saying. Apart from obviously the next day, when I don't feel mentally insane like I did when I used to drink. So yeah, obviously that was nice to not have that addition, because when you feel mentally shit all the time anyway, when you throw a hangover into the mix, I mean, I don't even know the words, but it's literally the worst thing. Also in that time I realised who my true friends were, and I lost a lot of friends because they were big drinkers and loved to party, and obviously our relationship changed when I stopped drinking, and they couldn't fathom what I was going through and the actions I had to take because of it. And that's fine. They're ignorant. I do wish I was one of those people though, that when you're going out on a Friday night and you're not drinking, you're still really fun. It's not that I'm not fun, don't get me wrong, I can still go out and have fun on a Friday night and not drink, but what I'm saying is, that was weird. What I'm saying is you basically won't find me tearing up the dance floor at like midnight, you know. I will still supply great chat though. So where am I now with my drinking? Well, for me, it's always about assessing how I feel, because what anxiety did for me, although it was a massive slut, it taught me about myself. And I know myself so well now. I know what I can take, I know my limits, I know when I shouldn't drink, and I also know when I can drink. There's no denying that feeling I get from a sip of red wine after I've had a really stressful or busy day. I'm not giving that up. And I always knew I'd go back to drinking, but it had to be on a more manageable level, and the reason for drinking had to be different to what it was. So I'll go out with my friends, I'll have a margarita, I love tequila, I'll have a glass of champagne, I'll have a glass of wine, but I guess what I am is just quite controlled with how much I drink. But I tend to generally stick to just 2 or 3, really. I'm just very in tune with my body and how I'm feeling and knowing what I can handle at the time. If I'm feeling anxious, I won't drink because I don't want to use it in that way anymore. And when I feel anxious and I have a drink, I'll kind of know why I'm doing that, and it kind of makes me feel more anxious. So I feel like, yeah, if I drink and I'm in a shit mood, it only sends my mood worse, it doesn't make it better. But if I'm feeling pretty good, I will have a few drinks because I do enjoy drinking and I do like going out with my friends and having a glass of wine with them. So now I guess I feel like I have a very healthy relationship with alcohol. I don't deny myself of it, but equally I know myself and I know when to say no. Which, by the way, when you're around some people is hard because they can make you feel bad or like a loser for not having a drink with them. But you have to remember that that's their embedded issues, that has nothing to do with you. And if you can't enjoy spending time with someone that isn't drinking and you are, then more fool you. So that's it really, I think. I think that's all I had to say. I love wine and I love tequila and I love champagne and I want them in my life, but on my terms. Because my mental health comes before anything else in life. I've seen rock bottom and I will be damned if I'm going back there. I feel like this topic is going to spark quite a lot of comments and conversation down below, which is totally, that's great, but just can you be nice? We all choose to live our lives in different ways and we should respect how others choose to behave. Imagine if we were all big boozers. The streets of London would be paved with puke and kebabs. Ugh. So really, I'm doing you all a favour, really. Ironically, I'm actually off to meet my friend in a minute for a glass of wine. And you know what? I am going to enjoy every sodding sip. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye. Bye. I just don't know how to say goodbye. Every time I say it, I just think I sound like a twat. Well, that's just creepy.